Okay, what's up, guys? Now, I know this is kind of like a diss video to schools and stuff, but I'm not trying to like make it seem like that school teaches you absolutely nothing. Like, I feel like school does help you in some areas and stuff, but I feel like school needs to really just change because that's one thing I don't understand when teachers, when they talk about like stuff, like they say, oh, these things help you in the real world, or you can't, like, slack on the job in the real world and things. But it's like, you guys don't teach me absolutely anything about the real world. Like, I graduated high school 2 years ago, and honestly, I felt like I earned my diploma maybe like my junior, or like junior, senior, so I mean it doesn't really make a difference or something. But I felt like that the diploma should have just been given to me just for going through high school and stuff. But it's like, they honestly, because when they base it off of credits and then all of that, I feel like that school doesn't really teaches you like the real meaning of learning and remembering and all of that. Like, I feel like they basically, like, it's kind of like a blackmail situation, like, oh, you better do this work or you ain't gonna graduate. Like, that's kind of how I felt like in school. And it's like, school shouldn't really be like that. And that's why I kind of just titled this video, School Really Taught Me Nothing, because the majority of the things I learned, like history, science, all of that stuff, it didn't really help me with anything. Like, it was mostly math, reading, writing. It was that type of stuff that helped me out, because those teachers, I feel like those teachers might know more than other teachers, like them with the math and reading and writing and all of that. Like, science teachers, alright, I'll give it to science teachers too. Like, it can help you, like, if you look at a certain rock, or if you look up at the stars, or like the sky, or they talk about something on the news. Like, yeah, that science stuff, yeah. But it's like in PE, like, one thing I did, like, it was PE, and I felt like that was the only thing, because it was weight training and stuff. But I felt like it was like, I felt like there should have been classes in school that taught you, like, about like using your money the right way, like in the real world, or bank accounts, credit cards, like paying the mortgages on your house, like paying car notes, like handling out your bills, like just all of that stuff just together, handling out your bills, like raising a family, just stuff that you actually do in the real world and things. And I felt like that school honestly taught you nothing about the real world. And so it's like, what was the whole reason? Like, yeah, I felt like diploma, like the stuff that they taught me in school, like that. And that was one thing I remember a teacher said to me. And when she said that, I was like, really? Like, you really think I'm a not graduate because I'm failing health? Like, but no, it wasn't that she said it that way, but no. It was because I didn't know how to use a blood pressure cuff. So blood pressure cuffs, it's like those things that you put around your arm, and then you squeeze the little, the squeezy thing, and then the squeezy thing has this little knob thing turns around. I'm telling you right now, I learned nothing in school. Okay, but no, and the thing is, I didn't even really like that teacher. She was just kind of, she was just like rude to everybody. Like, no, dead serious. I'll talk about how she was just rude to everybody, but no. She goes on, so I'm using the blood pressure cuff on her, right? So I guess I must have put it on the wrong way. But anyways, I'm using it, and she's like giving me this look like I'm supposed to know this type of stuff. Like, I don't know this. I know CPR. I know you do this with your hands, and you just start going off on a person's chest. That's what I remember. But no, she's like giving me this look, and she's like, honestly, Tyler, I don't think you're going to graduate because of a blood pressure cuff. And I'm like, that honestly puts no motivation. No, that honestly helps a student with nothing. Okay, it helps him with nothing. It doesn't boost his energy. It doesn't motivate him. That honestly puts a student in a bad spot. That honestly makes the student feel bad about himself, because it's like, here I am, I'm trying to like make my parents proud, make my friends and family proud that I graduated, and then you telling me stuff like that. Like, that does not help me. Okay, so yeah, she went off on me about that. But no, let me just tell you more about this teacher. Like, no, this teacher, she was so mean and rude to people. So there's like two things I talk about with this. I'm like, and you call yourself a teacher at the end of the day. I don't understand how. But anyways, So one of my friends, he had he has a little brother, and so his parent, I don't know like the whole parent situation and stuff, but I assume that the parents must have already been at work, and so that's why he had to drop his little brother off at school. So anyways, he's dropping his little brother off at school, and he shows up like 10 minutes late to class. That's it, just 10 minutes. Like we don't really learn much. We start learning things like in the middle of class and stuff. Like 10 minutes, it's like we're still just like trying to just like figure out what we were talking about yesterday. We're going over yesterday's work and then trying to add it to today's work that we're learning and stuff. So anyways, he shows up to class. She has like the classroom clapping for him and then like getting on his case and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be clapping for a kid. Cause he told me, cause I remember I asked him, I'm like, oh, what's up with the, like you showing up too late in the school thing. Like I wasn't jumping on his case. Like if I had been a teacher and he explained to me like, oh, I have to drop my little brother, I was like, don't even trip about it. All right, do what you got to do. Because if I'd been in the same situation, I wouldn't want the teacher to be going off on me. So do what you gotta do. I'll just talk to you like once in a while, because like usually teachers, they're not teaching all throughout class. They sit down, do little computer work. That's what my teachers did. I don't know about at other schools, but no, it's like once when I had been sitting down doing what I had to do, I just went over, told them, all right, so this is what we were talking about before the class and everything, or this is what we were talking about before you showed up. So and then just did that. It had been so much smooth. He would have liked me. We would have been cool. And honestly, I probably would have got teacher of the award, because I probably wouldn't have been like, kids would have had to ask me about something. I would have told them about it if it had been my life experience, like, with mortgages and stuff. Like, I probably would have been doing, like, the work that we've been doing in class, like what class is supposed to be about, health and that. But if they wanted to come to me after school, go over some, like, work with like that, then okay. But and then what else? Oh yeah, then we failed the test, and then she had the classroom, like all the kids that passed, she had them clapping and stuff for them, or for the kids that failed and things. I'm like, that doesn't help a student whatsoever. So yeah, it's like teachers like that don't help you. I feel like teachers that actually care for the students, they're the ones that actually help out. They're the ones that actually put some motivation and some help within the student and things. But other than that, it's like, and it's usually the reading and the math and the writing, them type of classes. But it's like anything else, like maybe history. I think there's like one history teacher that I did have, and she was cool. But it was like, other than that, like I really feel like school does not help you with the real world at all. Like there might be some schools out there that have you like with business classes and all of that stuff that does help you in the real world and things. But I feel like it's just stuff that we gotta learn on our own and things. And it's like, so if we gotta learn that stuff on our own, how come we can't learn like history and all of them other classes that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever? Because it's like, no, I'm not gonna be paying the bill and then add a little side note, talk about, hey, George Washington was the first president, and then it's like Abraham Lincoln was this president, and then all these other presidents. Like I don't care for all of that. Okay, I'm trying to learn things that's gonna help me at the end of the day, help me keep a roof over my head, clothes on my back, bills getting paid. I'm trying to have classes like those, and I hope like when class, like when school kind of just improves as schools and things, I hope that they learn things like that, because I wouldn't want my kids to be coming back talking about, hey dad, when I learned them. Like, no, like I could care less about science. What, like, did you learn how to, like, pay bills, pay mortgages, pay all these other things, learn how to do this, do that. Like the driving, because they had driving classes too. I felt like that was cool too. They maybe should have taken out some classes within the day and had like a class like that throughout the day, because I feel like they having it after work or after school and stuff. And it's like, I think kids after school, they're just trying to go home, and so it's like, yeah, I don't know. But I feel like, yeah, school does not help you at all with the real world. Like, I don't know, like there's some classes that was there that really didn't help me. Like art, for an example. Like art was a cool class. I felt like that was just mainly a hangout class. Like all the art classes that I had, I felt like those were just hangout classes, because they were just chilled, cooled out teachers and things. And so I don't know, like I mainly took the time to do other work in classes like those and things than doing artwork. Like just draw a picture and then call it a day. That's it. So anyways, yeah, I don't know. There's just classes. I feel like, our schools, just there's some schools out there and there's some teachers within those schools. They could care less for your well-being and don't really care whether you graduate or not. Like me, I'm gonna be that type of teacher. I want to see my kids graduate. I want to see my kids walk the line, because if I gotta be at school until like 9 that night trying to just help them out or something, trying to help them make sure they walk that line and stuff and make sure they get their diploma and they don't have to come back next year, because like any kid they just spent they passed 12 years from when they were 5 years old all the way up until they're 17. I'm pretty sure they don't want to come back to school when they're 18 or 19. No, there was the one kid and I'm like, yeah, he definitely wasn't learning anything in school, all right? But no, so I remember it was the teacher. She was standing behind me and she was talking about how this kid was 19, okay, 19 years old. And you're probably all like, oh, okay, he must have been like a junior or senior or something. No. This kid was a freshman, so that means he just came out of middle school when he was 18 years old. 18, you were 18, you were 17 when you were in the because it was 7th grade, you were 17. I'm like, oh my god. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. So this kid was driving when he was in the 6th grade. I was like, those are them type of photos, like the memes that you see on social media where the kid got a full beard and he's surrounded by little kids or something. And then no, when he was in elementary, he was fit. Oh my god, thinking about that, it's just man, kid, I know this cannot be true. This cannot be true. But no, it was true. Kid was 19 and a freshman. So it's I don't know what school he was going to. I don't know if he just came into school. Honestly, dude, you were 15 and in the 5th grade. I just can't. I can't even process stuff like that. How does that work out? But yeah, kid was 19, because I remember the student or the teacher was like, how are you going to be a freshman but you're 19 years old? And I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. I wanted to laugh, but at the same time, now thinking about it, I'm like, dang, what was this kid doing? That's kind of scary. I don't want no kid 15 years old and he in the 5th grade. No, I don't care. I do not care. But anyways, I feel at that point when you're a freshman, you 19, because you ain't gonna graduate. It's no, they're gonna kick you out of school when you turn 21. I don't know how it is in other places, but yeah, from at my the schools that I went to, they said that oldest you can be in school is pretty much, I think 21. But after that, or it's either before 21 or when you hit that mark of 21. If you haven't graduated by that time, then you gotta get out of school. So anyways, yeah, it's that's why I feel schools, they need to honestly instead of having them classes that kids are going to be failing, they need to have classes that kids are going to be passing, kids or going to teach the kids and stuff. They shouldn't base it off of a grade and a science. No, they need to base it off of did they do this on time? Did they do this? If they paid this bill on time, or if they managed to do this on time. It shouldn't be based off of, oh, do you know what minerals are outside right now, or do you know which star that is, or do you know how old this planet is that's not even in our universe. None of that stuff doesn't even matter to me, okay? I remember I was watching this video. They were talking about suns that wasn't even within our universe. We only got one sun, okay? But it's no, they were talking about this old giant blue sun, and then there's then our sun wasn't even it wasn't even a speck. It wasn't even anything compared to this sun. I'm I can honestly be learning how to do something that's going to help me in life. But no, I'm watching a video on suns right now, okay? Then it was history class. They're talking about these old wars and things. I'm I can just play a video game and they can tell me the same exact thing. I can actually play what's going on right now. But no, it's stuff like that, man. I feel what kids want to follow in, they should just have kids in those classes what they want to follow in when they're out of school, so they're prepared for it and not knowing all of these science and this and that and things, because honestly they probably get through what they want to go with in their future life and stuff. They can probably go through it so much faster than having to go through a training process, then having to do this and then that, when they could just already be prepared and ready for the whole situation and stuff. Then senior year, they should have it where it's kids are, they're looking for jobs, they're doing this, figuring out how to do this and that and stuff. But yeah, it's just, I think I had one class where it was like that, and it was they were talking about oh, what do you want to do? But it was I felt we wasn't even really learning that. It was just, I don't know, it didn't really feel like that I was learning anything about the real world. Like, they didn't teach me anything. The only thing I really did remember was filling out a job application. That was the only that was the only thing I really remember. But I don't know, like, yeah, I feel like that a lot of schools, they need to teach kids about the real world instead of science, chemistry, and stuff. Like, unless kids want to follow in that path, then okay. But I don't know, I feel like they should have it where kids, they can just follow in the path that they want to do when they're out of school and stuff, and not stuff that they're forced to learn, forced to have credits in, and forced to have good grades in. It's like, no, that I don't want to have a school like me. If I were to make a school, it's gonna be a school teaching kids about the real world and getting them prepared for the real world and stuff. But I don't know. Other than that, I really have nothing more to say. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you are new, please like and subscribe. If you agree, then you agree. If you disagree, then yeah, you disagree. I don't know. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching, and peace.